Good evening, everyone. I just want to quickly just talk about something that what I, what I'm experiencing as a disabled lady. So this video is just gonna be quick, but I'm gonna go do it again. I'm gonna do this video again, but it's about if you had polio as a child. And when you get to a certain age, it will definitely come back and reaffect you, or you will be going through what they call the late effect. So if you Google it, you will see it. And not many people have this information. And also, I want to make a video um, talking about my struggle with late effect of polio. So as polio survivor, um had mine in the 70s, and would I say not mid, maybe nearly late 70s. Well, I had it then when I was just a year plus, I think, as I was told, because I was already walking. So you have a stable years. I don't know if I ever had a stable years, because all I can remember, I was always in pain, walking on crutches. They tried to give me braces, and I never walk with braces. That always triggered my mom. She wasn't happy because I couldn't walk with braces. They always spend money making braces for me. And it wasn't my fault. They didn't have the understanding that it wasn't just my leg. My hip also was affected, which means when I'm wearing those braces, I cannot move. I cannot lift. But anyway, everybody is different. There probably will be other people that could move them. That might be, it looks like they are more severe than me. Their waist was more affected. I don't know, but I couldn't move my braces. I couldn't walk with the leg brace, so which makes means that I was only using my crutches. And growing up as a child, I find it easy just crawling. So literally we just crawl. It makes it easy for me to be. I'm faster crawling. So now that I'm grown up, and sometimes I look at my hands. People don't know why my palm is so strong, why I have stronger palm. I add it to the fact that when I get to a certain age, I went into weightlifting as well. So that just make it even worse. When my palm is strong, and you look at some part of my hand, because I was always crawling with it. You have this dark knuckle. I have dark knuckles, dark elbow, so people don't know why. Anyway, so this is a bad living with polio. So I was always in pain, and that was in my up until my 20s, mid 20s. When I hit my early 30s, I started noticing a lot of fatigue, and also that was when I also started noticing um yeah, was in my mid 30s. I probably had sleep apnea. I cannot pinpoint when I started having sleep apnea. But when I had my second daughter, I was actually admitted in hospital. I think when I was leaving, and one of the matron said I think they were complaining about the loud snoring in my ward. So the matron said, "You have sleep apnea. You might need to have your chest checked out." Believe me, that I didn't do. And when did I get a checkout? That would be down the line, decade later. That was many years later. Uh, Probably my daughter was 10, 12, imagine. So probably it was just, I know it was more than 10 years later that I went to for checkup for sleep apnea. And before then, I was having a lot of sleep apnea symptoms. So, what am I saying? If you Google it, it also comes with sleep apnea, late effect of polio. So, I have all these symptoms from polio. But do you know, if you go to your doctors don't know this. They will put it down to other stuff. So there are a lot of stuff I'm going through. They put it down to my weight, obesity, all that. So 2018, no, not 18. I think after 2019 or there about 19 or after that, I know it was maybe late 2019 or so. I had because before then I could use my crutches for years, and then before then, few years before then, I couldn't use my crutches. See, I was deteriorating. So I was deteriorating to the point 2019 I could wait there, like I used to drive. So I get up from my wheelchair, transfer to the driver's seat in my car because I drive a van. I drive a van. So then to drive. But during that period, 2019, I couldn't drive anymore because I was in pain. I could not wait there just to stand on my legs. To transfer from the wheelchair to the driver's seat was difficult for me. At this point, I could not do that. And I noticed I could not even slide into the shower, into the bath. I used to go and slide into the bathtub. There's a way I maneuver myself. And some people used to wonder, even my family, how do you do that? But I used to be able to slide into the bath, and when I'm coming out, I turn over, like I lean on the bath and take my one of my leg out. There was that, I have all these ways I maneuver. I go in the bath, come out of the bath, do things for myself up until 2019. After that, I could not go in the bath. Couldn't. It was impossible. Really impossible. But luckily for me, before 2019, my OT already made a plan. It's like she foreseen my future. There were all things she put in place that at that time I thought I didn't need them. I never thought I would deteriorate. I never thought things would just go that fast. So she had, instead of a normal toilet, she because my house have a normal toilet, she put the hand grabbing rays, all that stuff in my toilet. And then she put she not my toilet have my house, the house I'm living, my house have wet room. So she now reconstruct the wet room. And she, rather than it being on the hallway, she reconstruct the house to the point the wet room was not in my bedroom, so it was not private. I think she foreseen, not I think, she's is her profession. So anyway, God used her in all this way. That's all I would say. She gave me the right equipment to help me live a normal life for the future. Because when my hip, when it happened, I needed this stuff that I could have taken me nearly a year to get them, because by the time they reassess you that you need all this equipment, by the time they'll be approved, by the time they'll come and build all this stuff, it will have taken over a year. But luckily for me, they were already in place. She gave me shower chair, which I never use. So I decided that, okay, this shower chair, but when it happened, I started using the shower chair, started using all this stuff. So it was good for me. The only thing that was put in place that was new was the hoist. So they put a new hoist, they put a hoist, silly track hoist, not a mobile one. So living with polio 2019, that was when I had hip dysplasia. Hip dysplasia. Hip dysplasia is when all of a sudden my hip it just separated. I was having pain. That was when it happened. I didn't have any trauma. There was no fall. I didn't fall. There was nothing like that. So all that was happening was I was in so much pain that I could not even sit down. I cannot sit down the way I'm sitting now because my left side I cannot do that. I can't sit down properly. I'm constantly in pain already. I have these body pains, but this was my hip. So I could not sit down. Then I remember a few years before then, my right hip was the one. It was so swollen that I think my, God forbid, elephantitis, my hip was so swollen. That's my right hip. But not knowing that I've already had the right hip dysplasia. So this one was the pain was so severe that I went to my doctor and they sent me for history. Only to be told that I have hip dysplasia. So and I also remember before this 2019, I had hip scan and my hip was so frayed that my doctor said it's as frayed as a 70 years old woman or 90 years old woman. So you can imagine having 90 years old hip, that my hip bone was so frayed, my hip bone. So, and 2019, I have hip dysplasia. That's what I'm living with presently. I'm constantly in pain. That means my hip is dislocated. It just separated, so I cannot stand on it. I can't. So even sitting for so long, it hurts. That I live in constant pain medication to manage my life. So, but for me, I don't let this thing bother me because I want to live the most, make the most of my life. So when people see me, they don't really know what I'm going through, that I'm living in chronic pain. So I just want to say there are a lot of people who don't know that there's something called late effect of polio, uh, and post polio syndrome. Uh, you know, yeah. So after March polio, you had polio as a child. Some point of your life it will come back and affect you, and you're having different you're just having different symptoms, and the doctors don't know. If I go to my doctor and say I have pain, they say, oh, it's arthritis. you know uh was it last year? I have my right arm. It's like it was like a muscle pull my back from my neck down my right shoulder, and I asked my daughter to massage it. Believe me, after the massage I could not use my hand. I could not sleep with my hand. All this also are related. So the reason I'm doing this video is for awareness, to do your research, because for me the reason I'm able to manage myself as well, because I belong to this post polio support group where I get informations and how to manage my situation. And I get sent they sent me information book all the time, so I read about it. I try to live a quality life. So it's very important that if you're living with late effect of polio, not just that, I say this: if you're disabled, you it's very important that we keep our weight down. Very, very important, because it play a major role. And try eat healthy. It's very important as well. And yeah, just go for checkup, and your doctors will or might not know. They don't know. They know about other illnesses. They know about what's the other one called? MS. Oh, they have a lot of information about MS, but not polio. The doctors have no idea. I mean, when I say they don't have idea about polio, I mean late effect of polio. Yes, they know about polio up until when they discover the immunization, which means, oh, with the end of polio. But no scientists or doctors sat down to think about late effect. The people that have had polio, what's going to be their faith in the future. Nobody. So with the collective information like all polio or some of the polio survivors coming together, finding that they are having similar symptoms. So yeah, sharing of information, that's where we realize we're living with late effect of polio. So you should check yourself, look after yourself properly. When I say check yourself, your doctors, the professionals, just look after yourself, do research and know what to do, be informed. You know, I didn't know about late effect of polio up until about few years ago, maybe 9 years ago or 10 years ago. That's when I realized. Then I started doing my own research. So, guys, I'm going to leave it here. I think it's about 16 minutes now. So, this video, I don't want it to be too long, just in case people who are going to come across it who are living in other countries who can afford data. So, I hope this video gets to the people that I am meant for. And please, if you have relatives who had polio, you need to inform them. So thank you, guys. Once again, my name is Faith, and please do follow me on TikTok. My name on TikTok is Life on Wheel, at Life on Wheel, and on YouTube is Life on Wheel Faith TV. That's on YouTube. Facebook will be have a page, Life on Wheel. Yeah, so please follow me, and thank you for listening. Take care. Good night.